Hello, everyone. For anyone maybe just joining us, my name is Alexa Meisler, and I am an online travel journalist, podcaster, and founder of the Travel Writers Academy. Today, I'll be talking about using Facebook ads to drive traffic to optimized articles and how to spend as little as $1 a day to increase affiliate revenue. This can translate into consistent monthly income. Part 1 will focus on finding and creating content worth promoting, the power of Facebook ads, how to compete with the big bloggers, and more. And part 2 will focus on creating Facebook ads that convert and work. We'll also dive into the step-by-step of Facebook ads and how to use demographics, interests, and more for targeting. A little about me. I am the founder of 52 Perfect Days, a travel website focusing on how to spend a perfect day in locations around the world, which I launched in 2008. I'm also the founder of the Break Into Travel Writing podcast, a website and podcast designed to help travel writers and bloggers build a travel blog their readers will love, as well as help them achieve their goals as a travel writer or blogger. I have 159 podcast episodes to help navigate the world of travel writing and blogging. I'm also a freelance writer and a brand ambassador for many travel brands such as Anatomy Travel, Clothes, Wishgarden Herbs, Airtrex Round the World Travel, Travel Payouts, and many others. I have also worked with many travel brands and destination marketing organizations. I also run the Travel Writers Academy, a group of amazing travel writers and bloggers. The group perks are monthly Zoom calls, a yearly mastermind, media trips, quarterly strategy sessions, live group coaching, and a secret Facebook group. Members have access to 24 travel writing and blogging tutorials and courses, my travel writing ebook, and more than 100 podcast bonus episodes. In fact, I have a special 30% offer for anyone attending Travel Payouts this conference and interested in joining. So head to breakintotravelwriting.com/travel payouts, and I'll also have a link at the end of this presentation. I'm a member of NACHA, SATW, and a co-leader of the San Diego chapter of Travel Massive. I'm also a mom, wife, traveler, a red wine wino, and a gluten-free foodie. Now that you know a little bit about me, let's jump into this session and part 1, which will share the power of Facebook ads, the top 3 things to keep in mind when developing content for Facebook ads, how to play on the same playing field as the big bloggers, and choosing the right articles for Facebook ads. The power and benefits of Facebook ads include increased affiliate income, increased ad network income with companies like Ezoic, Mediavine, and AdThrive, increased website page views, building a bigger audience, brand awareness, visibility, and you can also build your email list by sending people to pages or posts with a call to action. Before we jump into finding the right content to promote on Facebook, I have a question for you. Would you spend $1 a day to make $5 a day? Spending $1 a day for a $5 profit may not sound super exciting. But what about $10 a day? Would you spend that to earn $100? Or would you spend $100 a day to earn $1,000? Does this make more sense? Investing $1 a day with Facebook ads can translate into earnings of $1,825 a year. Minus the $1 a day investment, that's a profit of $1,460. Turn it up a notch. Investing $10 a day with a conversion of $100 in profit could mean $32,850 a year in profit. So, is it worth it to you to spend money to make money? A lot of bloggers have an initial goal of making their first affiliate sale and just a few dollars from their website. Then it might be $10 a month, and then $10 a day, maybe then $500 a month, and eventually $500 a day. The reality is many bloggers make $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000 a month or more. Once you find the magic, you can scale. So if you find the cash cow on your site or create one, you can be earning regular income from your website. So what comes first, the ad or the article? Finding or creating your moneymakers takes a few steps. It requires understanding what articles to promote, how to optimize them for income, how to create a proper Facebook ad, and some trial and hopefully very little error. The bottom line is to find optimized articles and get them in front of the right people, and then turn up the dial once you see the clicks, the conversions, and increased income. So once you identify your cash cow or cows, rinse and repeat. You will have a much better chance of success recreating the magic. Once you do it once, it's easy to do it over and over. The goal is to get more people to do this. Click through on your Facebook ads and land on your optimized article so you can earn more money. Don't forget the goal. The bottom line goal is to increase your income with affiliates and ad networks with increased traffic from Facebook ads. Running Facebook ads to the wrong pages and posts on your site is just a waste of time and money. So let's start with determining the best articles to update, optimize, or write. The goal is to find or write articles that can earn money. If you can find the cash cow on your website or create one, you can earn regular income from your website. But first, let's get this out of the way. You may not feel like your website has been around long enough, or you don't have enough traffic. You may have other doubts about being able to generate income. As a travel writer or blogger, it might seem impossible to compete with the top bloggers for Google ranking and organic search. You may feel like it's not worth it to write an article focused on a hard to rank keyword because you won't ever rank organically and would maybe never be able to build decent traffic to the article. So does writing an article about hotels in Paris seem pointless because you think you'll never rank on page 1 or 2 in Google search? But guess how lots of the top bloggers are earning their income? Affiliate networks and ad networks. If you can create similar high converting affiliate monetized articles and drive traffic from Facebook, you can compete and can earn income from your website. Here are the search results for where to stay in Paris. And as you can see, there are many familiar blogs in the top 9. We've got Miss Tourist, Adventurous Kate, Santorini Dave, Follow Me Away, and The Planet D. This might seem a little intimidating, so let's dive into a few examples to see how they're monetizing. Number 1 in Google search as of last week was Miss Tourist article on the 8 neighborhoods and hotels in Paris. She is focused solely on linking to hotels, not tours, not airlines, just hotels. And that's because when somebody searches for the best hotels in Paris, that's what they're looking for. Her hotel links are to Booking.com, and note that they are underlined and in light blue. The button to check the rates for Paris also go to Booking.com, and on the right you can see ads because she is working with the AdThrive network for her passive monetization. Another example is Adventurous Kate, who is number 2 in Google search at the time I created this presentation. As you scroll down her article, you'll see her affiliate links to hotels and Airbnb, as well as ads that populate from her ad network, which is Mediavine. Now, by the way, I'm not saying Booking.com is the only hotel booking engine to use, but I do notice many of the top bloggers seem to use it. I personally love Hotels.com, but you need to know your audience and what booking engine they prefer. So test, test, and test. I'm quite confident these articles are cash cows for Yulia and Kate, and I'm sure for the rest of the bloggers showing up on page 1 for this search. Just because you don't rank on page 1 of Google for a huge search term, it doesn't mean you can't drive traffic to similar types of articles with Facebook ads. So shift your thinking because you can compete for traffic and income with your blog. You can also find article topics in several other ways. So let's dive a little bit deeper into choosing the right content to promote so you can find your cash cows. Here are 6 additional ways to find existing articles worth promoting, as well as additional new content to write. And this includes Google Analytics, Pinterest, affiliate analytics, Google Trends, and checking with your contacts at affiliate programs. First is Google Analytics. Check often to see what articles are performing well, meaning what articles are actually getting organic traffic. Check your last 30 days. Check the last 3 months. Check the same month for last year or for a month or 2 in the future. For example, it's early October. So look at your top articles for October of 2019. What articles could you update or push to the front of your blog? Anything on fall travel, fall road trips, haunted places, holiday travel. Which articles could use a new pin? Which might be worthy of a Facebook ad? Any articles that are doing well and can be optimized with affiliate links should be monetized and considered for Facebook ads. Another way to look for existing content to promote with Facebook ads is Pinterest. Check to see what article pins get the most saves and clicks. Simply head to Pinterest Analytics and click on Overview, then scroll down to Top Pins and click Link Clicks. This is a good indicator of what article pins have the most interest. These are the ones driving actual traffic to your site. You can also check saves and engagements. Again, any article pins that are doing well and can be optimized with affiliate links should be monetized and considered for Facebook ads. Scroll through your article index and find articles that just need a bit more marketing. This is another way to quickly find articles you have already written and published and push them up to the homepage or just remarket them. You might have an article you wrote 3 months ago or 3 years ago that simply needs a polish and some testing. Start with Pinterest. Create a few new pins for articles you think could do better with marketing and see what articles get some traction. Of course, this is after you have properly optimized and monetized. Check in with affiliate programs you're working with for spikes, as well as articles that are getting consistent traffic. Check Amazon travel payouts, ad networks, as well as Google Analytics on a regular basis. You don't want to miss pushing an article that is going viral or jumping in traffic. These are prime articles for a Facebook ad and to push harder. When I see an article gaining traffic or getting more consistent traffic, the first thing I do is double check all the links in the article page to make sure they're linking to my affiliates and linking properly, that there are no broken links. This happens, at least for me, mostly in Amazon. For example, if a product is no longer available, it can send to an error page. It can also happen with an advertiser you might have added to a post, but that is no longer with that affiliate network. So we all want articles to go viral, but it's hard to predict. More importantly, when it does happen, you need to act fast. Part of my morning routine is to check my Mediavine report, which is the ad network I have signed up with. I also check my analytics and travel payouts. I usually check in on a handful of other affiliate programs like Amazon and a few I work with directly about once a week. Now, a few months ago, I had a nice little spike to an article I had written a few years ago and had done a recent update on. It had been receiving consistent traffic of about 300 to 500 visits a day, but it was never in my top 10 or even my top 25 articles. On this particular day, I saw a new spike on my Mediavine account. When you see a spike, do not sit back and enjoy the traffic. Now is the time to act fast. You can see where the spike started, peaked, began to drop, as well as a few little bumps in traffic before it went back to my consistent traffic. I then jumped to Google Analytics to verify the traffic. And the spike was the same in Google Analytics and Mediavine. It was primarily coming from Google search. So this was organic traffic. I immediately checked every affiliate link in the article. For this particular one, because it was a DIY recipe, they were to Amazon. I updated a few of the links that were going to products no longer available, and I made sure all of them were working. Following that, I created a Facebook ad, which drove another 9,000 people to this monetized article. You can see with the line, this is m.facebook.com, which is an ad, not regular Facebook traffic. That means referral traffic with the M. So to this one article, I had 192,000 page views, and I was able to drive 9,000 of those with Facebook. Because the article had Amazon links, I checked there next. I had the same spike in Mediavine, Google Analytics, and Amazon. Now, truthfully, Amazon has never been a big revenue generator for me, so this was pretty exciting. I'm usually seeing less than $500 a month here, but I know some bloggers that make a killing with Amazon. Ones who have a lot of packing lists, articles focused on photography and gear and reviews, and of course, recipes tend to do really well. The bottom line, I had 27,000 clicks to Amazon from my article and 6,400 items ordered. With this one article, I earned $4,600 in a very short period. In the end, my Mediavine income went up dramatically for the same 2-week period, as did my Amazon income. So driving the extra 9,000 people with Facebook ads increased my Amazon earnings and my Mediavine earnings. Imagine if I had missed this window, which it really lasted only a few weeks. Imagine if my links were broken or not there at all. The funny thing with articles that go viral or spike is it can be a day, it can be a few days, a week, or a month. There's just real no way to predict. So you want to keep your eye on analytics in Google, your ad networks, and your affiliate networks. If you see an article trending and gaining momentum, act fast. And remember, spikes don't have to be 20,000 people a day to a page. It can be a spike of a few hundred, or even for an article that's just getting consistent traffic, even a few dozen hits a day. But if the affiliate links are broken or not there at all, you are losing money. So you might want to know, what was the article? It was a DIY recipe to make hand sanitizer for travel. And as you can imagine, it spiked in March at the beginning of the pandemic. And the recipe in my article had links to just 8 ingredients. I had listed them all, and they were all to Amazon. It all boils down to 3 things. Understand what articles to promote, how to optimize them, and creating good Facebook ads. Yes, this particular article was doing well in organic search, but driving another 9,000 people to it definitely helped. Now, getting back to our list of places to find content ideas. For new content ideas, my favorite is Google Trends. It is one of my favorites for when I am looking for inspiration. You can search with a country filter on, so if the majority of your audience is in the United States or the UK or wherever, you can choose this filter. Then pick a search term or just check main trends, and you can choose a date range from anywhere from the past hour to the last 4 hours, the past day, 7 days, 30 days, or even a year. I like to search travel terms or location terms to see what related terms come up and that are trending, which you can see in this graph here. In this example, I searched for haunted houses since Halloween is around the corner. You can use terms to find, you can use terms you find to update current articles or write new ones. Your chances of good traffic from this is high, and what's trending in Google is also probably going to be popular in Facebook as well. This is a great tool. There's a ton you can do with it. I just really scratched the surface. It's free and definitely worth checking out. Check in with your affiliate programs, the ones you're working with. Reach out by email or phone and ask them what are the highest converting programs, tours, or deals. Use this information to optimize current articles and write new ones. Then create Facebook ads to pump up the traffic. Last but not least, use tools like SEMrush, Ubersuggest, or KeySearch for keywords that have good search and that are in your wheelhouse to rank for. With many of these tools, you can also do a search to analyze top travel blogs to find their top ranking keywords as well. It's all about finding subjects that are of interest. It's all, it's really about pulling that potential proven interest in a topic and then pulling the people from Facebook with targeting back to your website. One more thing, think ahead. Take advantage of the seasons, holidays, and bucket list travel. Drive people to articles for travel gift guides at Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Christmas, such as best presents for Mother's Day for traveling moms, for Black Friday or Cyber Monday travel sales. Reach out to your affiliate partners in advance. I promise you, they will be happy to share their upcoming promotions. Pack-in lists for summer, the beach, a cruise, carry-ons, road trips, winter travel. Get specific, a trip to Alaska. Bucket list locations work really well because many people only travel to them once and are really looking for this information. These types of articles can be great for traffic and generate a lot of income. So putting a Facebook ad on it as well can boost it even more. Now, just a quick note on articles not worth promoting. Do not spend money if you're not going to make money. So articles without optimization are a no. Storytelling, personal points of view, very general articles, these tend to be a bit more expensive to promote in Facebook and much of the time a bit harder to monetize. So only send paid traffic to articles that can make you money. Now, a few optimization tips. More isn't better. Stuffing a ton of keywords into an article does not mean more income. Do not be random. Know the goal of the article. Specific articles do better. Think back to Best Hotels in Paris. It's very specific and useful to the reader, and beyond this, the people searching for this have an intent. If you've got an article about the best tours in a location, showcase the tour affiliate links. Here's an example of a haunted places in the US article from my site. In this article, I've added specific haunted tours to each section location from Viator or Get Your Guide. It's very city specific and makes sense for the article topic. Check with the experts. As I mentioned, check in with the affiliate programs you're working with and ask about their highest converting programs, tours, and deals. Use this information to optimize current articles and write new ones. You want to highlight, underline, and use colors for those affiliate links. Make them stand out. Testing is super important. Be willing to test different affiliate partners, article layouts, fonts, colors, and text. When you find the right recipe, you will see it performing better. Now, if you feel lost and you really just don't know where to start, look at some of the top blogs and check out how they are formatting their articles. Where are they placing their links? Really analyze the articles. Use this as inspiration to come up with your own unique style. We've determined the type of content to create and optimize. And I know I really kind of dug in deep there, but if you're running Facebook ads to articles that are not going to convert, it's not worth our time. So understanding this piece is super important. But now let's take a step to amplify it all. Now is the time to get into Facebook ads. Why we're here, right? So in this section, I'm going to touch on how Facebook ads help to monetize, creating the ads, targeting tips, the cost of running ads, and when to turn up that dial. Now, as a reminder, creating Facebook ads can help in a multitude of ways, from increased income to web traffic and brand awareness. The 4 ways to earn income by driving traffic with Facebook ads include, first, affiliate networks such as travel payouts that focus 100% on travel. It's the best way to monetize for airline tickets, tours, rental cars, hotels, and all things travel. Then there are direct affiliate programs. Some brands have their own internal affiliate programs and they don't work with networks. For example, I work with a few companies like Anatomy, Luxury Travel Clothes, and Wish Garden Herbs directly. This is an additional way to earn income with monetized articles that are receiving traffic from those Facebook ads. Then we have ad networks. Qualifying for Ezoic, Mediavine, or AdThrive, or any of the other ad networks is a great way to build passive income on a monthly basis. If you're already on one of these networks, driving more traffic, good quality traffic to your site will increase this income as well. Amazon's affiliate program is a great way to monetize for packing lists, gift guides, and product reviews. And articles such as these can be a great source for driving Facebook traffic. There are lots of other ways to monetize. So I completely understand that. There's sponsored posts, ad sales space, freelancing, and so many others. But for the purposes of this presentation, I'm focusing on the ones that can be directly affected with the use of Facebook ads. So now we are going to jump into creating Facebook ads that perform using precise ad targeting. Why to use slideshows and videos. Fun stuff, demographics, this is my favorite. Creating some lookalike audiences, and then of course, it's all about testing. So remember that hand sanitizer article? These ads do not need to be complicated. They just need to convert. Likes, comments, and shares, they're all great. But the true metric is getting the click from the Facebook ad to your website and then having enough of those people convert into affiliate sales. So before we jump into the creation process, here's an example from one of my hand sanitizer ads. 2,700 clicks at 2 cents each. 286,000 people reached and only $54 spent. The goal is to create an ad for the lowest possible click-through rate that performs. My goal is under 10 cents and my super happy place is under 5 cents per click-through. That being said, if you create an ad that is super targeted, that CTR will probably go up a little bit. I'm going to show you the steps for basic ad creation. But the one thing I'd like you to keep in mind is that Facebook is constantly changing, and this does include their business manager. So it's best to jump into ads on a fairly regular basis just so you can keep up with Facebook and their changes. The next group of slides, we're going to jump into the steps to create an ad in Facebook. First, for the purposes of this talk and the goal of increasing affiliate traffic, the ads you want to create will be for traffic. The objective is to drive traffic to specific articles on your website that are monetized. After you choose the traffic option and you click through, you'll be able to name the campaign and add your budget. I suggest you start small, between $1 and $5 per day. You want to determine which ads perform best, then you can turn up the dial on the daily spend. In this step, also choose lowest cost for bid strategy. Next, choose auto placement for these ads. I've done a few Facebook calls with Facebook marketing experts at Facebook, and they've told me to use auto placement when the goal is driving traffic. Here, you'll also choose link clicks for your optimization method. If you don't choose that, you're going to be paying for potentially just engagements or likes, and you don't want that. You only want to pay for the actual clicks from the ad to your website. Now, creating your audience. This is where you are going to target with your ads and where it gets fun. So you want to think about your article and how it's optimized. For example, if you're located in Canada and driving traffic to a packing list article focused on Amazon links, unless you're signed up with Amazon in different countries, you want to focus your targeting to Canada only. You're going to choose age ranges. And again, think about who you are targeting. If you have an article about the best budget hotels or hostels, you most likely want to target a younger audience. On the flip side, if you've got an article about road tripping in an RV, you don't want to target too young. You can also target by gender, which could work for things like Father's Day gift guides. You can also target by language. The main thing is to think it through and be strategic. So this brings us to behavior, interests, and demographics, and where I believe it gets even more fun. So you can choose the behavior of financial, for example, and in that dropdown, then choose income. You can target by average income. What does this mean? You can actually target people with money. So there are certain zip codes where people have a higher income, so you can target in this manner. You can target life events, such as friends who have a birthday coming up or a newly engaged couple with a gift guide. You can choose different behaviors, such as engaged shoppers. These are purchase behaviors. So meaning people who buy from Facebook or have actually clicked on the shop now from Facebook. You can target newly engaged people with articles about romantic destinations and honeymoon destination guides. You can target various travel verticals in a variety of ways, including frequent travelers, recent travelers, international travelers, and much, much more. This is an interesting one I recently found. You can target the admins for Facebook groups in travel and tourism. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do an ad around that, but there has to be a way, and it's very fascinating. You can target followers of other travel publications like Travel and Leisure, travel writers like Johnny Jett, travel photographers like Gary Arndt. For example, if you tend to write about budget travel or have an article about the best budget hotels in a location, you can target the 180,000 followers of Nomadic Map. You can also target a variety of these different behaviors, interests, and demographics to make up your audience. it gets deep. So take a bit of time and explore. In general, the wider the range on location, age, interest, and behavior, the lower your click-through cost. But if it's not reaching the people who might click and possibly buy, you're not doing yourself any favor. So it's not just about the bottom line pennies, it's getting to that right audience. Next, choose your final audience and click Save Audience. By saving the audience, you can reuse the audience for a future ad. You can also create a lookalike audience from here. Seriously, there are so many cool things you can do with Facebook ads and targeting. Next, once you've created your audience, it's time to create the ad. I've been creating slideshows recently with 3 to 6 images, so I choose the single image or video option, which is shown here. Facebook even has templates, or you can start from scratch. Ideally, you want a 3-slide, 6-second show. For video, a max time of 15 seconds, because we have to remember it's all about attention span. Now, creating slideshows with 3 to 6 images turn into little videos, and they perform really well at a low cost. You can choose your format, length, and photos. You can use your own images by uploading them, or use royalty-free photos and video from Facebook. You can also choose what size and orientation you want to create. All kinds of stuff to do in here. Then you'll add your text, headlines and subtext, and of course, add your website article URL. Now, do remember that great headlines matter. A recent study found that 70% of people never read beyond the headline of Facebook before commenting or sharing or liking. So what if 70% only read your ad's headline before deciding whether or not to click? You want short, catchy headlines, and you want people to read it. Short headlines work because you're delivering a compelling message in a compressed format. So a few examples would be fall travel 2-day sale, or get your California camping packing list, or most romantic hotels in Mexico, or best beach honeymoon destination. Next, you'll pick your call to action. I like learn more, but there are tons of options here. When creating your ads, start with $1 to $5 a day, and then create multiple versions of the ads. Test different images for results. Test different headlines for best results. I usually create 5 to 7 ads and let them all run for 2 to 3 days. Almost always one ad performs best. Sometimes 2. For these types of Facebook ads, it's all about the click-through, so don't get caught up with the likes and comments. It's about getting people to your optimized article and potentially clicking through on your affiliate links. The bottom line is the ad converting to income. When I see an ad doing well, which for me is click-throughs at a low cost, I'll then increase the daily spend on the ad performing best and turn off all the other ads for the ad set. For this ad, the campaign spend was $74.30 for 3,239 link clicks at 2 cents per click. As you can see, I had 5 ad creations, and even though they all got good cost per click, I turned off the ones that were not converting best, because my goal was to get them to my article with affiliate links. When ads work, when you find the magic, it can translate into consistent monthly income. It is all about increasing your affiliate income and making your blog more profitable with Facebook ads, because you want to see this every week or 2 or every month when you drop into travel payouts and your ad networks and your other affiliate partners that you're using. If you start seeing this in multiple places, you're going to be doing well. So don't forget the goal. Facebook ads can be fun. You don't want to get caught up in the likes, the comments, or how little you are spending per click. The bottom line and the goal is to increase your income with your affiliates and ad network with increased traffic. So affiliate income plus ad network income plus Amazon income is definitely a win. It all boils down to choosing specific articles that are optimized and creating Facebook ads that convert to a click. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you found this useful and are walking away with at least one great new idea to help you earn more with your affiliates.